What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Shoe Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Tanner Young.
Love the prayer hands you did there at the beginning there, keeping it holy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Coming to you from Baton Rouge's hottest shop, Lavish Life Sneakers, sitting down with two of the owners. Please welcome to the show, Harold and Jon. Thank you guys so much for coming on our show today.
Appreciate it.
Prayer hands again.
Thank y'all for having us. Of course, thank y'all for having us here.
I'm excited about this.
Us too. So it's really cool to be here. We were just talking before we started recording. Now that y'all have the whole second half opened up here,
yes,
it feels so much bigger, which even then, like, this part of it,
huge space.
It feels huge when it's like, I don't know why, like my memory of it feels like this area is small, but it feels huge. But now it just even bigger,
really,
you know?
Opens it up. Yeah, for sure. And just we got that much more inventory out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think helps with that for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. So thank y'all again for coming on the show. For everyone out there listening that may not know y'all, do you want to quick, just like each of you kind of introduce yourselves and maybe like where you're from?
All right. So everybody, I'm Jon Guidry, originally from New Orleans, but I feel like I'm kind of Baton Rouge resident. I've been out here for some time now.
Okay.
I mean, since 2005. So I moved back a couple of times, but I'm back in Baton Rouge. I guess I love Baton Rouge just as much as I do New Orleans.
Keeps calling you, yeah.
So yeah.
Harold Briscoe, aka H Boogie 504. From New Orleans, East to be specific. Same thing. 05 moved to Baton Rouge. I now live back in New Orleans, but this is where the shop is, so I'm in Baton Rouge pretty often myself. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm originally from Lafayette, and you're from Lafayette as well. You're still out there. I'm living in Baton Rouge now, so.
Are you stay out here?
Yeah, I'm out here now. I moved here about 9 years ago, so.
All right.
Kind of funny how we all ended up out here. Well, I guess not you technically, but for one night.
That's right. Well, you know, I'm always for one night.
That's a weird thing to say on the record. We said for the first 10 minutes we were going to keep it clean, and already 3 minutes in.
They said they were going to keep it clean.
You made no promises.
The guests, yeah, I'm above the rules.
Yeah, so
there we go.
I'm really looking forward to this one because sometimes when we have people on the show, it's like people we've known for a while, so we kind of like know where the conversation's going to go. But another time, it's like people exactly, yeah. So, but that's really exciting. So we're kind of learning as well.
I'm feeling you guys got the higher seat on us.
I know.
I know. Well, and we thought we'd give you all the comfier seats, but yeah, now it's kind of the dynamic.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of trying to keep those cores engaged.
Yeah, I'm already feeling it. Already.
You're already locked in?
Yeah.
Only 55 minutes to go. Hang in there. Yeah. So can y'all tell us real quick, because we don't actually know, how did y'all meet? When did, or maybe probably even before that, when did each of y'all get into sneakers? Do you remember when sneakers came into your life?
For me, it's almost always been there. I have a couple older cousins that were like really into the J's, Jordans and stuff. Mostly just Jordans. And it was always a goal of mine almost.
Yeah.
I used to get like the Payless joints mom would just bring home. Then every time I go to a sleepover, cousins are like ragging me. Like, oh, you need these. And that's kind of what got me into it, you know, chasing like Jordans or like Gary Paytons and different stuff at that time. But I needed like stuff from Foot Locker now.
Yeah.
I go back as early as I can remember, probably about 5-6 years old.
Okay.
Remember those memories, yeah.
Jon, what about you?
Yeah, for me it was a little different. Like growing up, my mom, she believed in, I'll get you Charles Barkley's, I'll get you Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
I'll get you Gary Payton's. But Michael Jordan, you're on your own with them.
Yeah.
What was the beef with Michael Jordan?
I have no idea. I don't know what it was. It could have been. It could have been the price tag.
That's
but
fair.
Eventually, like I said, once I got old enough,
Jordan messed up some parlays for me.
I thought she was like a big Pistons fan or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how everything just came into fruition. Now it's like all the Jordans I saw growing up, all my friends had them, and I said, you know what? I like those. I'm gonna got all of them.
Okay, for sure. How old were you when you started getting like all of them?
So that didn't come till probably a couple years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe 5 years. Maybe 5 years when I realized like, okay, look, I see these. I remember these from middle school.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends played basketball in them. Our colors were black and gold, and he had on red 11 lows.
Oh, okay.
In the game. And I was like, okay, when those came back out 2016, I believe.
You had a good view of those.
You had a mental note.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have a good layup. I had a fast break moment, you know.
Almost went pro too. You put it all aside to come open the shop.
Yeah,
exactly. I did.
We thank you so much for your dedication here. So how then did y'all meet later in life? Did y'all know each other young, or was it?
We knew each other pretty young.
Yeah.
We knew each other before we even knew each other, if that makes sense. We ran in the same circles, back to park ball, stuff like that. And then I think we really got cool at St. Aug High School.
In high school, yeah.
Okay.
And then like pretty much those first couple years in college, like we was all out here, so it's like, you know what, we all we got.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And then, mind you, this is right after Katrina again. So like having people that you had some type of familiar relationship with, you kind of tie into them at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
It just works out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you remember when, like, was there a specific pair of sneakers from your childhood that kind of stand out very specifically to you?
Man, he heard this story so much. I say this story so much at the shop. So the shoe I say that made me a sneakerhead, quote unquote.
Let me guess. Jordan 12 playoff.
Jordan 12 playoff, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I wanted the flu games. All right. And of course, even at that time, they sold out super quick. And I would have to, at that age, like bring home certain grades to be able to get it.
Sure.
So when the flu games came out, I hadn't had a report card yet.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted them. I'm telling my mom, and she straight up like, I'm not getting nothing until the grades come in. I'm like, nah, these are gonna be sold out. They're gonna be sold out, Mom.
Exactly. That's how it
didn't
worked.
happen. Then finally the grades came in, and the playoffs dropped after the flu games, and so those were readily available.
Okay.
So and I was happier with that colorway.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay. Look, it all worked out.
Yeah, all my friends had to beat flu games on, and I'm pulling up with the
with a fresh pair on. Yeah.
So that was the shoe that did it for me, for sure.
Did you almost threaten your mom to stop studying if she didn't get you the flu games? You'd be like, by the time the report card comes, it's not going to be good.
Miles wasn't having that. No, Miles wasn't having that. No, I had to do my part of it, and she took care of the rest. She made it happen for me. So.
There you go.
Yep.
That's sick. Yeah.
What's your sneaker?
So,
Was it those Barclays?
So it's really about 3 of them,
Okay.
but I have to tell you at least 2 of them. My very first one is the Jordan 11, the playoff breads. That is my absolute favorite shoe. I vividly remember when I was in the 9th grade and got to school. Everybody had them on. I was like, man, I really love those. I'm like, Mom, why don't you give me these? She's like, no, not gonna get them. And I'm like, all right, it's okay. So I guess, then as I got older, later on in life, I said, you know what? I really wanted those shoes. So I went and got 2 pair of them.
Oh, okay.
So I got one to rock and one to stock.
You got them both brand new?
I actually got one of them brand new, and I got the other one that was lightly worn.
Oh, that's smart. Especially if you're going to wear one already.
Exactly.
I already feel comfortable. Somebody's already been there.
Exactly.
That's such a good thing.
Yeah.
I like where the sneaker game is now. I'm sure we'll get to that later, but accessibility
for
is
sure.
at an all-time high now. And I
That's
think
where
that's
it
great
should
for
be.
everybody.
Especially right now. Yeah, for sure.
So I got to tell you about my second shoe.
Yeah, please.
Now, this shoe has been very dear to me.
Don't shed a tear.
He'll tell you it's the most consistent shoe that I've ever worn it, and I've worn it on 2K because I love playing 2K.
Okay.
The Powder 9.
Okay.
The Powder Jordan 9s.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I really haven't seen that shoe, and I feel like that's one of the best shoes
Yeah.
Wow.
on the market, the Powder 9. And they're going to re-release them again next year, so I actually may get that pair.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I actually have the ones that
You just
came out.
lowered your chances of getting them by the way.
Yeah, you put it out there. You make it too public.
He's gonna say,
But it's okay.
expect some texts. Expect a couple
Because
phone calls.
eventually, I may get a lightly worn pair that may come in.
Yeah, you're
There you
right.
go. Yeah.
Because I have the originals. I have the last time they released them was 2009.
Oh, that's been a minute. Yeah.
Exactly. I have those, and they started coming to loose.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
I had to say, you know what? I just got them.
Gotta let them like rest and retire. Maybe like
There you
special
go, there you go.
occasions.
It's always nice when they give it time.
Exactly.
You
It's
know?
too much time though.
That's a long time.
But that's how you know when you see people with them. That's how you know. Okay, we've been waiting. When you walk up to somebody who's wearing them, and depending on their reaction is how you know. Are you just getting it because it's new and hot, or have you been here since 2009?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you give that look and you see their reaction, that's how you know. Okay, this person they're about it.
They're legit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and Jordan Brand don't go too crazy with the 9s.
They really
No,
don't.
they really don't.
They're very conservative with the 9.
Yeah.
I feel that way about the 14s too. Is doing.
I feel like for them, it's really like 1s through 4s and 11s.
Yeah,
exactly.
That you see like all the
that is what they're really
ones, 3s, 4s, and 11s.
Yeah.
2s in recent years, but yeah.
My 5s are.
You were just looking at the maroon 5s that came out.
The burgundies.
The burgundies, yeah.
But is that a band?
Oh shit! I didn't even catch it as I was saying it. That's so funny.
Now we're definitely getting flagged.
Yeah.
Just saying the name.
Just for shouting them out.
You actually owe money now. The proceeds from this.
The royalties. Yeah.
We're gonna have to send that
Adam Levine. What is 10% of 0? You can have it. Honestly, yeah.
All yours, baby.
So I think looking around, it's probably like. It makes me wonder, growing up, was it like this? Were y'all buying a lot to collect, or was it just like buying to wear for the most part?
On every time.
Yeah.
They shoes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, can we put that, where's the camera?
Yeah.
Put them shoes on, y'all.
Please wear them
on. They're not trophies. Like,
wear them.
It's driving up prices, and they got people who actually want the shoe.
Yeah.
I'm a strong advocate of wearing the shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
I'm the same way. Like I like to get dressed every day, get a fit off.
Right. And I get it. You might wait till the right fit.
Right, for sure.
The right day or
Special
whatever.
occasion.
But for people just to buy them, not wear them.
Just sit on them?
That's crazy.
That's very crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them on. I'm going to find an outfit. Right. Probably got 6 or 7 outfits. Yeah. And I'm going to wait till I put them in rotation. And I'm going to wear them.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the new shoes. I get kind of how, like, if you're like, okay, back from my childhood, for some reason, I want this specific year. They're kind of dusted. They're beat. I'm afraid to kind of put them in, but I got them just because I couldn't get them back then. That I get.
Yeah,
but if you find a shoe
that
just came out to just sit in a, like you said, they're meant to be put on. The wear and tear, that's part of the history and love.
Yeah, gives them character.
Exactly.
Well, to your point with like the Powder 9s from 2009. Had they not been worn and had you not been wearing them, like shoes that old, if you don't wear them, will break down even faster. Yeah.
Either way.
So it's like it's no point holding on to it to just watch it crumble.
And it's crazy because that pair was actually a dead stock pair.
Wow.
And I literally.
And when did you get them?
I got them for my birthday last year.
Wow.
For my birthday last year.
That's crazy. What is that? 12 years? Been sitting that they're doing all right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've only worn them. So I wore them for my birthday that particular weekend. And then I may have worn one time afterwards.
Okay.
And then that's when I noticed that the
they
glue
were
was
starting to come apart a little bit.
And
yeah.
I was like,
You've been wearing them virtually for about 6 years now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Strong 2K advocates.
Very strong.
And that's the best
2K
part.
advocate.
I can't wear them, but I want to see somebody wear them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's myself in the screen. I might as well see how would I look like with
it. And I will literally tell you, we've played that game for what, 6 years straight?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Probably been a while.
He's one of those people that creates himself.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
He no. Every
year. You tried to empathize for a second, and he was like, no, you do not.
It's a video game. Every year, he'll tell you the type of people that I have created. Like, they're going to look crazy. They're going to be nothing like me. But
right.
Every year, it's literally him with the Powder 9s on.
Every single year.
When y'all play together, is it like you versus Iron Man, or like what's going on here?
We running threes. We running threes in the park.
Yeah.
Y'all met him on the way out. That's the third man.
Okay,
our homie Rob. Shout out to Rob.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've been a dynamic trio
for a very long time.
I'm sure that 2K store, the people running the algorithm is like, real confused, like, man, this dude just bought VC for some Powder 9. Okay. He scrolled right past the ones, the fives.
He going straight to them too.
Straight to him.
He's not spending VC on anything else.
That's the first thing. That's going to be the first thing.
Every year they get one purchase for the in-game
Powder
9.
They're flagging your account.
Yeah.
They're just based on curiosity.
That's so funny. Yeah. So obviously you weren't buying them just to stockpile them, but you were telling us before we started recording, I know at least you had a pretty big collection, a pretty big number of them at one point, yeah?
Yeah, I was crazy at one point. I got up to around maybe 200 pairs.
Yeah.
Before I did like this purge, I was telling you, I woke up one day and realized I only had 2 feet.
Yeah.
And 200 pairs of shoes is just, kind of crazy. And this is right before, like the resale market really started popping off like that. I bought some over to our friend Cody.
Yeah.
Y'all
Shout out Cody.
him. Yeah, it's my guy. When he was over at Refresh, that's when he was starting to get into like resale. Really, one of the first people to bring it to the city like that. Bought him some, sold a couple pairs. I wasn't worried about the money, and then gave most of them away to whether it's homies or like less fortunate.
He didn't give me any, but it's okay.
He lets me know that every time. Like
he didn't give me any.
Lose you now.
How rough is that to not fall in the homie category nor the less fortunate?
No, he's
just a very fortunate acquaintance.
I know. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
He just didn't come at the right time.
I didn't. I think I fell into more like a brother. I fell right into the brother role. And I was like,
yeah, you just if you would have came to the crib in that window, you would have definitely left.
Yeah,
I know I would.
Without a doubt.
That's funny. Yeah.
I definitely know I would have.
What about you? John, did you ever have like a big stockpile of sneakers?
So, as a matter of fact, I actually did. Because I actually, at one point in my life, I was working at Finish Line.
Okay.
So
in New Orleans or here?
Out here in Baton Rouge.
Okay, gotcha.
So I was working at Finish Line, and I actually used to get all the releases from maybe I think that was probably about 2008, 2008, 2009.
Okay.
So I had some stuff that had I known what I had,
Yeah.
I probably would have been like,
hold on to it.
But what happened was, so at that point in time, I kind of like transitioned to wearing more dress clothes because of the profession I went into. So I gave all of my shoes to my little brother because he actually played basketball.
Yeah.
So he would hoop in them.
That's a come up for him.
So, he came up. I'm talking about, you remember the year of the all-white anniversary? I think that was like 25th.
No, I don't think
everything
I
they had.
Every Jordan.
All the Jordan.
White.
Okay. Yeah.
I had literally 1 through 14.
I remember seeing that picture of literally it's like the wall and things like that.
Yeah.
It was all white.
With the
all
white.
white.
Yeah.
I had the 9s, the 11s. I had them all.
Man. And he hooped them all. Did he burn them into the ground?
Oh,
or?
man.
I would imagine. Not only is he
played
playing
college,
in it, but it's
he
all
played
white.
college basketball.
Oh, okay. So
I was like, okay.
That's some serious burn.
That's more than casual.
This is not this ain't on a weekend.
Right, exactly. The rec league.
He hooped in them.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay though.
Yeah.
I cringe every now and again.
They went to use though.
They definitely got
that's
to
good.
use.
That's
Good. They got their life out of them.
It definitely did.
What was working sneaker retail like at that time?
It was different. It was very different because at that time, of course, the Jordans always did sell out. They were the first to go, you know. But, getting to see the different Air Max and then...
This is lineup times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
this
like,
pre-rap.
this was like literally...
Oh, yeah.
I would get to work, if a Jordan came out on a Saturday, I would get to work at, I think we opened at either 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Day outside, line going to the entrance. Like, we had to come through the back stairwell and come through the loading docks. Like, it was different back then.
Yeah.
And then they, like I said, they sold out, like, instantly.
Yeah.
And then, at that point, I was like, you know what? If they selling out like that, I might as well go and give me a couple.
Yeah.
I can imagine
might be
after
a reason
so many
for
times
this.
that you've seen a mile-long line, eventually be like, okay, hold on now. This can't be that many people just wanting to wear them.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So, that was fun times. That was really fun times. Cause it was way different from when I go in the mall now and their retail stuff like everything's raffle.
Yeah.
Everything is
totally
like on a system. It's
which I kind of miss those days of like first come first serve. But these days it's like it's so much work to do it right. For a lot of the shops, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I remember lining up for a bunch of different releases. But I don't know if that would be the right way to go about it at this point.
It's just tough. It's tough because it's like, and not to drag them or anything, we talked about it already, but like, I don't know, were either of y'all at the Ruckus Nike SB Jordan 4 release?
No, but we heard all the stories. We was here.
We saw it all.
We was here.
Via social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple people tried to sell them to us immediately. And then some people who, just left there because the line was crazy. It was raining that day.
Right there on that guy.
Yeah. It's hectic stories.
But it's no shade thrown at them because they did a lot that they could to try. They had security there, they had cops there, but they just didn't step in.
You can't put that on the skate shop.
Right, exactly.
I think really Jordan brand, they know what they're putting out. Like you put out a 4, the most popular Jordan right now.
Absolutely.
And then you're gonna make it a SB collab.
And then put the SB on the back.
Yeah, on the heel tag.
And I feel like they gotta give these smaller shops who don't deal with this type of volume, like some type of structure, to be able to handle these things,
right?
Yeah,
because it's not a bunch of skateboarders, and I'm sure there were skateboarders, but majority of the people there.
I can tell you from like when I was there when there was the line to later in the day when they were doing the event where it was actually skating, you don't see the same faces at those two groups. Yeah,
so I think that's on Jordan Brand, man. If you're gonna, I like giving them to the skate shops. But at least try to give some type of structure with it because all of these shoes is arguably probably going to be shoe of the year.
Especially where like the resale market is now compared to then. And I mean, I don't know if that affects. I feel like just the whole enjoyment of the first come first serve lineup has shifted huge, and that could be the resale market. Where it was like, it was just fun. It was just hanging out. You were having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, if you got something, I was obviously the peak. If you didn't get anything, then obviously you were bummed. But, like, being in the line, chatting with people, hanging out, making a day out of it, even like the moment is great. Whereas now I feel like it's just, I don't really care about you. Yeah. If I got to stampede over you to get 2 spots ahead of you, I'm going to do it.
Right.
But even like 4 years ago, we went to when Politics did the Saucony release for the beignets, the Cafe de Monde beignets. We went to that one. The energy in that lineup versus like the energy in any lineup I've been in the past 2 years, day and night, like, because that one, everyone was chill. Everyone was cool. It was even hot outside and people were like making the most, we were cooking in the sun on like,
I'm in black
in the quarter.
Skinny jeans. That was a ridiculous choice.
Yeah. I think maybe the shoe too, like, which I think is an awesome shoe. I love that shoe. Not to throw shade at the shoe, but like SB4.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's crazy.
Of course, they wasn't gonna have enough stock.
No.
It was limited. It was very limited on the release.
Yeah.
So it's like it created. I guess in some ways they succeeded on what they were trying to do. But the procedures of it could have been a whole lot more polished.
I just hope they don't do another one.
No, I think the brand was like Nike SB and Jordan Brand were really happy with it. The guys at the shop were bummed. They didn't want the release to go sideways like that. They spent all that time planning it, So how then do you go from like having all those collection of sneakers, doing this giant purge? When does the conversation of like maybe we should look at opening up a shop come along?
Never. It's so random.
Something happened because we're sitting in a building today.
It was so random. I'll let you start because you was a part of it before me, I believe, right?
Yeah. So it just kind of came into fruition. It was just like, man, look,
COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID times. I was in a corporate job, and a couple of the other guys we was all in corporate jobs, and we were just like, man, like, what are we gonna do with our money? Like, we need something else. We need some type of vehicle, to kind of,
yeah.
And then one day looked up and we was just like, you know what? We're just gonna start trying to buy as many shoes that come out as possible.
Yeah.
And then we was like, all right. So then we start buying and buying and buying, and then it's like, you know what? Maybe we should open a store.
Okay, so when it started off, the vision wasn't that we should have a store. It was just maybe to get this business running even online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, let's buy. Then once we get enough, like, then we'll figure out what we're gonna do from there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then we just kind of like, all right, well, okay, let's get a spot. Let's open up a store. Maybe it'll only be online, and we'll get lucky if people actually come to the store.
Right.
And it ended up being the opposite.
Yeah. You'll do a lot more in store than online?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Do a lot more. Because it's still, Baton Rouge is a big area. It's not as big as it may seem.
Yeah.
But it's very populated.
Yeah, okay.
And so, we still get people every day that hasn't been here. It's their first time.
Yeah.
They've seen us on social media. They've heard from us. They've heard, from other people that sold shoes to us.
Right, word of mouth travel.
To us or bought shoes from us. So, we constantly meeting new people every single day.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the best part about it because I love people.
Yeah.
I love talking to people.
That's awesome.
It's my thing.
Awesome to have the space for that then. So when you were first starting to, you said at first it was just buying everything. You were just trying to get inventory. It wasn't even immediately.
And it wasn't even inventory. It was just like personal collection.
Okay, gotcha.
It was just kind of like, we like shoes.
Wasn't it like a pair of Yeezys?
It was some Yeezys.
Well, I think first of all, I think it's a good time to like say that we are part of a team.
Yes.
Like it's a little bit more than just us two.
Right.
I never want to try to like diminish anybody's
for sure.
role. There's more to it than us. But Yeah, I think it was the Yeezys y'all was telling me.
It was the first Yeezy was the bread Yeezy.
And then y'all looked
The
back
350s?
and saw the price.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it kind of just like, okay, because that was actually my first hit on Confirmed.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, I like these.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up keeping them. I
Yeah.
wish I would have, but.
I mean,
And
when you
y'all
see
saw
the
the
price on it,
resale.
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kinda,
Yeah.
Do I like them? Do I love them?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, yeah, then, of course, it just went from let's get what we can personally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Like, it really wasn't even by design.
It was really random.
It
And
was
then I
like-
think I came in to play where Kev, that's one of our other partners, Kev, Chris, shout out to those guys. That's our people. They came to the crib and this was already kind of in motion.
Mm.
And they, once again, we've been knowing each other since high school. So they come in and they know me as like always being into it, even though at that time I was kind of detached
Right.
from like sneakers.
Because you just done that giant purge and like gone down to like 30 pairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had just went down to probably around 30-ish,
Mhm.
30, 40-ish pairs. And I was kind of done with sneakers. Just moved on to like building my man cave with all kind of random collectibles, art
and stuff like that.
comic books like that.
Definitely has the best collectibles.
Okay, for sure.
So I was really on that, collecting that.
Well, and those two worlds go very hand in hand.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've been collecting stuff. Like, it really started. All of this started with posters on my wall. I was
Okay.
a crazy poster collector.
Yeah.
As a jit. But now they came over and they just kind of ran it by me. I guess they wasn't even expecting me to be like, I do it with you. But it just was interesting, and it was during a time where everything was halted. That it just wasn't motion. I was just ready to do something.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just remember them asking me. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And I see this surprised look on their face, like, for real? So
They didn't think you were gonna say yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they was expecting it.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted like input.
Okay.
On
Gotcha.
like certain things is how I took it. And I was ready to do something. So it just all came together very randomly. Like there's no master plan. A lot of times people ask us, like, how long did
What's
it
your
start?
business plan?
Was it online? How many years were you online?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is so random. Like
That's crazy.
Like timing is everything. Like everything came
Absolutely.
together in a couple of months.
It
really.
literally
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And you were in Baton Rouge at the time, or you still living in New Orleans?
New Orleans. New
Okay.
Orleans, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, I was living there. Oh, I still live there.
Mhm.
And they would just come and visit, just come and hang out. Actually, I think they was coming to get a haircut. They would always come. Shout out to Josh Roster, man. But he's been cutting all of our hair for like years.
Okay.
So me and him was living together at the time.
Okay.
So they come and get a cut
Mhm.
for whatever occasion, and they just, like I said, they just kind of ran it by me. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So now
Wow.
we're here.
Yeah. How long is that period from like when y'all start buying all the sneakers to maybe we should look at getting a spot in Baton Rouge to open up?
It probably happened within maybe about somewhere maybe like a 3 to 6 month time
So
span.
quick.
Holy shit.
That
Y'all
sounds
were
crazy.
buying.
Like, it was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
Like I said, we all had corporate jobs.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I came in the shop, we weren't in here yet, but
We weren't in
we
here.
already like had the lease and everything.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
And we pretty much, we put our blood, sweat, and tears in here. Like,
Yeah.
this, everything in here, like, we did this.
And so did you end up leaving your corporate job to open up this shop?
Yes.
Talk about that. What was that like decision like?
So it was a very interesting decision, but so like I said, I still was working. I was working at a car dealership,
Okay.
major car dealership out here in Baton Rouge, and I had been there for about 7 years.
Mhm.
Wow.
So and it just kind of, when the whole idea came about, I always told the other guys, like, look, y'all know I'm here. I got my own set of priorities going
Sure.
on.
Yeah.
But, when I know it's time for me to leave,
Yeah.
give me that phone call and say, hey, it's
We're
time.
doing this. Yeah.
It's ready. We're ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
And I remember there will be times where I would be at work. And at that point, I was a manager.
Yeah.
So they frowned upon me leaving and taking lunch breaks.
Sure.
They saw it coming.
They saw it coming.
When you started taking lunch a little more often?
I was taking lunch breaks every day because we would we would go on missions. Like we had to go to this place to get lumber. We had to go to this place to get paint. We had to go to this place to get materials and
build
stuff.
it out. Yeah.
So like I said, I was at a car dealership. So I'm like, hey, we need a truck.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the truck. I have a hunch of where we can get a truck.
I got you.
That's so
funny. A little bit of lariat real quick.
So a little test drive.
I would get the truck.
Make sure
Make sure I had the window in the back that you could open so we could run a
slide it through the cab.
Slide it through.
Like statute of limitations. Like come back and
Nothing illegal. You know.
Yeah. But I love that company. I love that. Yeah. I still have a really good relationship.
Well, and how are you going to sell anyone a truck if you haven't firsthand tested it?
Exactly.
I got to see what the load's like.
Selling,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tested it out. Hey, you can load the cargo this way.
Could probably do 8 2x4s from Home Depot if I had to guess.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just kind of I said, look, whenever it's time, give me that call.
Yeah.
And I got that call, and I said, all right. I'll see y'all in a couple of days.
Oh, man.
That was it.
Wow.
Leap of faith for sure.
And I never looked back.
Were the other guys also working like full-time corporate jobs or everyone's kind of doing, okay.
When they were done, though.
Well, they were, they did leave a little bit after the COVID situation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
But like I said, it was...
they weren't still employed.
They weren't still employed.
What an interesting, just work culture shift of going from managing a large car dealership to going and be like, hey, I'm going to go into this kind of like hype beast market and things like that. You've always been in it as like a consumer. How was that? Was there any like mental shift that you had to do going from that big of a change? Or was it just like, I've already been in this as a enjoyer of it, so it's kind of just the same world?
It's actually a very similar world.
Ooh.
The only difference is you have this money in your bank account. You have to, most people don't have that amount of money when you're buying a car.
Sure. Yeah.
So, with that being said, it's a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
You come into a store and you're like, okay, well, these cost $300.
Yeah.
I've been wanting these, I like these.
Y'all don't offer like a 0 down 36 month on some of the shoes in here, maybe?
Maybe one day.
For the people.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But it was really like a seamless transition because if you think about it, like these are some really good looking shoes.
Yeah,
it's like they have some really good looking
very
cars.
best.
Yeah, yeah.
So and
diverse.
Yeah,
right.
Everything in here.
This is the cream of the crop stuff. Like you got some stuff that you're not gonna walk into a store and be like, oh, let me go to the mall. Maybe I'll find these today. Like, there's a chance that you're not gonna find it.
You come into a place like this to knowing that you're not going to have the middle of the mall stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know
the leftovers are
exactly. I know if I want something like that, I know where I can go.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking for something, a little bit more out there, loud, whatever it is, you're coming in here.
That's what they do. They come here, man. I'm looking for something exclusive, man.
This guy is the official outfit coordinator.
The official outfit coordinator.
Okay.
I bet. Yeah, you say that probably has. I'm sure when you're selling cars, you have people coming in or like not necessarily tapped into what they want, so they're kind of just like you kind of gotta get to know them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are you looking for? If anything, probably a good selling point over here of like, hey, I'm looking for something, I just don't know what. Let me get to know you, things like that.
Yeah. It is like second nature.
It is a very it is.
It is very cohesive. Like it is.
Wow.
Like I said, it's literally probably the same thing, just on the. We're looking at shoes versus cars.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah,
it kind of really work hand in hand.
It's all about being like personable and relationship driven.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. But before this, I was bartending.
Okay.
So just kind of
also personable and relationships.
Having to go back and forth.
Yeah.
I think it helps me out with doing this too.
Well, for sure. And so much like as someone who's on the consumer side, that's what you want in a sneaker shop is like, I want to feel like I can go in and hang out and talk and maybe look at shoes, but not feel pressure like I've got to buy something. But just, like you could be friendly and personable. You don't see me come in and be like, I don't think he's probably going to get anything. We don't even need to go greet him,
Yeah, we gonna holler at you.
Yeah, we're the total opposite.
Yeah.
I've been in stores where it's like they get mad when I walk through the door. And I'm like, hey, I'm here to spend money.
Yeah.
Here, over here, we glad you're here.
Exactly, yeah.
Come, hey, what you need?
You ever go to a Foot Locker and try on a shoe and not buy it?
Oh,
Like the way they look at you, like you just murdered their family. They're like, "Why'd you even have me do this?" I'm like, "I thought I'd like it." Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I don't even go in the stores no more. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I haven't been to a mall store in forever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have.
It's kind of hard to walk into here and be like, "Yeah, I think I need to go to the mall."
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, how much test driving are we doing over here? You know what I mean? That's really car dealership. You know, do you put on some trophy rooms real quick just to go out?
Throwing it all on John there.
This guy.
Oh, it's high level.
No, this guy tries on shoes.
Oh, I love to try on shoes.
No matter the size.
Well, my size, of course.
Okay, all right.
Give or take.
Give or take.
Size of the house.
Depend on the shoe.
A little wiggle room.
Shove a sock in the bottom.
Yeah, depend on the shoe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a little chameleon foot. You know, I can might.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
I might make it work.
Yeah.
Take the insole out. You know.
Yeah. You got to try it.
I
can't sell it to someone else if I don't know what it's like.
Exactly, and that's kind of how I do things. Like I want to be able to say, all right, if someone comes in, like I said, I pretty much the outfit coordinator for real.
In Baton Rouge for sure.
So when I try on these shoes, in my mind, I'm envisioning what colors will go with this. Like or if I want to do something and have a subtle piece, make the shoes look like it match where it's not too much. So I want to be able to have that knowledge to help
guide other people for sure.
Exactly.
And come to me for unpopular opinions. We be like good cop, bad cop.
Exactly.
The hot take.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna always try to steer you to something that you probably wasn't thinking about when you came.
And it works. Like it works.
Yeah.
Because
you got to have all those different personalities because again, you gonna have people walking through big walks like that. So you got.
Sometimes they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
And sometimes they don't know what you need until you try it on. Once you try it on, you be like, oh, these.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
So, maybe, I'll go with these because they're more comfortable. Then, you got your more stylish shoes.
It's like, I'll make it work on my foot as long as I get the fit off,
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, it works. It really works.
When y'all opened the shop, how full, because I know obviously this side wasn't open. It was just on this side. How full was it? What were those first couple days and weeks like? Do you remember?
We had to space out the shoes crazy to fill the shelves.
Like each one sideways, full pair?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. We definitely had to space them out. And now we're at the point where we're jamming them in there, trying to fit too many.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely, since we opened, probably quadrupled, tripled.
Wow.
Quadrupled.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, in 3-6 months, you got enough quantity to think about opening a store. I can't imagine the years that y'all have been doing it. What that collection and what that stock builds to.
It's crazy. I was, once again, kind of detached.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a soft opening.
Okay.
And I'm expecting it obviously friends and family. People were invited to come through. But I wasn't expecting to sell shoes.
At all.
Oh, okay.
In my mind.
I'd expect it to be more like a mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah. People our friends and people they was buying shoes.
Yeah.
I'm
legit.
All right, so that day
that's when you know it's going to work.
Yeah. Well, no, I still was I these people just like
they're
us.
friends.
They
want to support me.
Yeah.
And then we open up and it's hey, we selling shoes.
Yeah.
For real.
Wow.
So it took about maybe a couple of weeks, a month.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was not to say I wasn't fully in, but I knew we could do it just out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking of more problems to solve, right? Because I'm thinking we're gonna have to have strong online presence for sure, and get to people, Instagram and I don't know or whatever social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess right after COVID, people missed the customer interaction part of everything, really. So coming here and having great people like ourselves, to come talk to, I think. People needed that as well. And obviously, we had the shoes they were looking forward to, and that always helped.
But to be able to, like you were just saying, sometimes seeing it in person or on foot is very different than online.
They just want to hold them. They're
man,
we get so many people come here. Man, I've only seen pictures of these. Y'all really have them?
That is one of my, I think the most exciting part about coming to shops like this is being just being able to see something that I never even thought I would be able to see in person. Or like you said, I've only seen in pictures or stuff like that. When it comes to these super exclusives, very limited friends and family stuff, you go and you look. I'm always, as soon as I walk to the shop, I'm like, where's the glass? Because I know that's where
the good stuff's
I just want to go and just be like, oh, snap. That's insane that I'm able to do that. and have just to see that in person. Like you said, I think having that COVID person interaction was like put on like serious deprivation. Sure. Like I don't get that at all. And I think that is one of the biggest things of like a make or break is like, I'll walk into a store, maybe I'll buy something if something catch my eye, maybe not. But you start chatting it up with people in the shop, feels more of like you just having like, you're just kicking it with people and you're like, all right, you know what? Yeah, maybe, all right, maybe I'll buy, this shoe. Maybe I'll buy a couple t-shirts, whatever.
Yeah. I really, going back to Ruckus over there, Ronnie, man. Yeah, that's something I picked up from him. Shout out Ronnie, man.
Shout out Ronnie.
OG, man.
Come on the show. Shout out Ronnie. Yeah,
he gotta come on, man. Come on, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Because once again, I moved out here right after Katrina and stuff. So outside of like my boys that I knew, I didn't know that many people.
Okay.
And I remember finding out about Ruckus and going there, and him treating me like we was best friends and from day one. Like, and he's very genuine. Yeah. All of those guys, they had a guy working named Bone at the time.
Okay,
but all of those guys would treated me like best friends from the day I walked in, and that's what kind of started me going on like the SB wave, right at 2006 in that era. But yeah, that's definitely something that I wanted to make sure I was doing here when we opened this. He's one of the references in my head, and I got a couple others, but one of the references that I want people to have that experience like I had, when I was going.
I'll say firsthand, he really did have 200 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
He really had a bunch of
all of them. Yeah.
He's crazy.
It's so funny.
He had them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. When y'all open up, so it's like, how many guys on the team? 4 or 5?
It was 5 of us total.
5 of y'all total. Yeah. When the shop opened, did everyone kind of assume one specific role, or is it all hands on deck? Everyone does a little bit of everything.
I'll just say
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Okay,
a
little bit of both.
I'm the utility guy.
Okay,
I'm pretty
Swiss
much
Army.
The Swiss Army knife.
Swiss
there you
Army
go.
Knife. Like I know everything.
Yeah,
probably things I shouldn't know. But yeah.
I guess like my focal point would be like people. I always refer to myself as a bridge builder. Just bridging the gap between whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of my favorite things about sneakers, especially the state of the sneaker game now. It's just so many different people that are into them. It went from being a very like niche
kind of exclusive, but now like all walks of life.
Everybody, like there's like 50-year-old men that's starting their collection.
I've met some interesting people.
There's Taylor Swift wears a New Balance 550, and now you got like
crazy,
that whole wave comes in too.
Yeah, like
it's mass, it's mainstream now.
So I like bringing stuff together, people together in particular. So I think this is a good outlet for that. For sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But let me ask, who's got the most important job? Who throws the stickers in the box on the Instagram stories?
Both of us.
Both of y'all? It's the two of y'all?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Young Angel and Young Lion. Yeah. But you don't know who is who.
Exactly, yeah.
That was just kind of something that we started doing.
Yeah.
We do that on sales. Like when we sell a shoe, we always throw the sticker in there.
Yeah.
But if you're familiar with us, you're probably familiar with like the picture wall. People make a purchase and they take a picture in front of our Lavish Life wall. But then we realized like people are here for shoes. So we still wanted people to get their like looks off on the picture wall.
Yeah.
But we needed a way to incorporate more shoes.
Right, yeah.
So before they get to the picture wall, you get to see like what
they bought.
Yeah. So
and
that was just a good way to.
Yeah, and that gives other people to see like what we have in store.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Because, most people be like, "Ooh."
And most importantly, when you're too late.
That's what I really like about it. I love the days where I see like in the morning, I'll see like lost and found size 12 DS, and then like I'm like, how many hours does it take until I see someone throwing stickers in a box with them?
It saves us a bunch of time. People will be like mid sending us messages like, "Oh, I saw the stickers."
I just saw the
Never
stickers. Never mind. Delete. That's so funny. So that was y'all were just saying March of 2021. That was when the shop opened around that time.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think it's only been 2.5 years, because I can't imagine from y'all's point of view, from the outsider, it feels like we were just saying we've been doing the podcast for 5 years now. I felt like y'all had been doing it for like 5 or 4 years. Does it feel like 2.5 years have flown by, or do you kind of feel it?
I have aged probably like 6 years. But It feel all right. I got kids too. I always use this analogy with them. The days are long, but the years are short. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes, like we do a lot of things on a daily basis, and sometimes those days feel long. But then, like now looking back, creeping up on 3 years, it doesn't feel like we've been open that long.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes any sense. I'm sure you probably feel pretty similar.
Because it looks like we have fun.
Yeah.
We work.
It's work too.
Yeah.
It's work too.
We just make it look easy.
Yeah. You can see from the YouTube videos, y'all have fun.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to. But it is because a lot of times you get people coming in like, you're doing my dream job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, quit, you're not dreaming of this. This is not what you're dreaming of.
Yeah.
Like in theory, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of work that's
Put
behind
into
the scenes.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
A lot of work.
Yeah. That's perfect. You said that's actually something I really wanted to ask y'all. And it's something I like to ask in our interviews we do, which is funny. I don't know how your response is going to come out now. For anyone that's watching this right now that might be looking at y'all saying, man, I want to do what they do.
Oh, yeah.
What is one piece of advice you'd give?
My advice, well, it depends on like what level, obviously.
Mhm.
Because you could start off like selling them out the trunk or
Sure.
on whatever social media.
Mhm.
But like to really grow and if you want to make it a business, I
Mhm.
think the team.
Okay.
Kind of delegating those roles,
Mhm.
and having some type of structure, and putting people in position to do what they're best at
Mhm.
is what I think one of the things we got lucky with.
Yeah.
What you think, yeah?
You took my answer with the
Yeah,
team.
no, you didn't have an
I was
answer. In
literally-
your line, it was great.
That was a really good answer.
Ditto. I was about to say
That was a good answer.
Yeah.
But I will say, just persistence.
Yeah.
Just don't be
for sure.
afraid.
Yeah.
Just do it. If
Yeah.
it's what you want to do, if it's a dream, do what you gotta do to make your dream come true.
Mhm.
You're 1% better every day.
Yep.
Literally 1% better every day, and that percent will add up every day. Never stop being able to learn.
Mhm.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Always be willing to learn,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it'll work out.
And if you got to take the company trunk on the lunch break,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you do what you got to
You
do.
gotta- yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of along those lines, something I've been wondering is what is something about having a resale shop that you think people assume, but they get wrong? Like, what is something you think people assume about having a resale shop that you're like, no, it's actually the complete opposite, or it might be way off?
That we have secret shoes that we hide from people.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And like we're just holding them.
Tell me about that.
Because let's just say whatever rare shoe SB4, since we was talking about them already. Like people will come in and just know we got a full size run in the back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, you're holding a 12 for one of your boys. Like, dude, I sell shoes. I want to sell them.
Like, bro, we got to keep the lights on. I'm
I'm not hiding shoes from
Right,
you. Like
yeah.
they think we just got like this unlimited access to every
treasure chest.
single
Yeah.
release. Like
Yeah.
They'd be like, well,
we
could you
only-
order it for me?
yeah, we only have the size 8 that we posted. There's not
Right.
like a size 10 and a half back
Yeah.
there. We would have posted that one as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, we don't have every single shoe in every single
Do you think that's people actually thinking it's foul play, or do you think that's part of like we were saying, how mainstream mass people like sneakers have gotten? People walking in thinking it's a sneaker store, like Champs, like Foot Locker. That's like,
I
you
think
have more
some
in
of
the
it
back.
is like slight ignorance. They just don't.
Sure.
They don't know. So I'm not like mad at them.
but you get some people.
a lot of
insistent.
dudes know what goes on, and they come in here and they just think we're
But most
holding
of those people, it's their first time reaching out to us.
Okay.
So I feel like they just want to test the waters.
Okay.
And they want to see if, they posted a size 9, but
Yeah.
Do you
I just
gotta?
asked them, do you
Right.
got a size 12?
That is-
Yeah.
Like, you know what,
Yeah.
we only have the sizes that we listed.
that exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what else you got back there?
Can you just run the whole store by me real
Yeah,
quick?
people
In
just-
the Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When it kind of along those lines, when it comes to stock, is there like a rotation that y'all kind of do, or is it basically just like what you see up here is the exact same thing you got back there, but just the right shoe?
We don't really have to rotate things anymore because of this side.
Mm.
Having extra space solved a lot of problems.
A lot.
It was mostly rotation on like VNDS, like lightly used things.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we only had like one small section for them.
Mhm.
And so you would be back there trying to pick like, we need more size 7s
Oh, okay.
because we don't have that many 7s
Right,
out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And then we're back there like, should this Jordan 11 go out or should this go out?
Yeah.
So getting this next side really solved most of those problems.
Yeah. Quick kudos to you for them saying the biggest question we get is people insisting we have stuff on the back, and then you come out and say, do you guys have stuff on the back? Is there stuff back there?
I just want to make sure that people, the people would comment.
Right. Hard-hitting journalism
these
here.
These guys aren't, they're not going to ask.
He's going to break us down by the end of the week. We have full-size run of everything.
Grab the camera and run back there right now.
What is the shift? Is it more messages in the sense of I want to buy, or how many messages are you getting compared to that of like, I want to sell?
Depends.
It's probably about, I would say it's probably about what and what.
It's pretty close.
So you're getting about an equal amount for every person that's like trying to buy some off the store. You've got somebody who's like, I've got 80 collection.
Yeah.
You want to come? Can I bring?
Yeah, we get a bunch of that too. It's funny because I always talk to them about it. It's like almost having like a weird pulse on the economy. You could just tell like when times are hard.
Yeah.
Because it's just
themselves.
More people are coming in
to sell.
And they'll be telling us the story like, I don't even want to sell them. People coming in, they don't want to sell them.
Yeah.
But it's just
the money.
Yeah. So and then there's times where we're not buying as much, like people aren't coming in and they're spending like crazy. But at this point I would say it's probably 50-50.
That's probably
that's a good, yeah. How many of those sales what is the process of weeding out between legit and fakes? Just with the rep market being kind of where it is now.
Right.
What is that process of determining, legit between a rep or
So we are the front crew.
Yeah.
So we
specialize in customer service and making sure the store looks good.
When, all right, somebody comes in with whatever shoes to sell, we'll bring them to the back, and that's where the homies are, and they're running all the tests, like checking stitching, to colors, to matching numbers up.
Yeah,
going through
especially with the inventory you have now, it's probably good chances whatever someone's bringing in and sell, you might have is a legit one.
Unless it's something that's not out of
kind of niche.
Like, so you got a reference.
Yeah, and then too, like sometimes before I even bring it to the back, I try to.
We had one of those.
We
had that situation today.
Yeah, I just try to let them know, like, look, I think maybe you should double check.
We gonna pass on them.
Yeah, it's a hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get a very gentle. I mean, good thing y'all got good background
customer service. You gotta let them down easy.
I'm sure it's because you gotta
it's
feel out. Do you know you're trying to get one over on me, or did you get pulled over?
Yeah. But I will say this though: 50% of the people don't know that they're not legit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like they just saw it, they liked it, and they
Yeah, at that point, I kind of try to turn it to like educating them,
teaching
things to look for
in the future
that let you know a shoe is fake. Now some reps are a lot better than others.
Sure.
But just like there
can be some
easy
stuff.
checks, like black lighting it, to squeezing soles or checking stitching,
everything like that.
Some of the easier ones that when especially when we have the reference shoe and I could show
side
you
by side, it's real clear.
So it's never like we just gonna like, oh, your shoe's fake.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
We'll never do that.
Yeah, keep it as a teaching moment for them because a lot of people, a lot of them got ripped off. They didn't know, So we just try to use that time to teach,
educate them, and learn from it. Yeah, for sure. With a couple months ago, y'all expanded to the second half of the store here.
A month today.
Right. I keep thinking everything is so much longer. Yeah. And so everything in here is used, gently used, everything like that.
That side is all the like V&DS stuff outside of the BAPEs. The BAPEs top shelf right here are all new, but all the stuff on the shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm curious, as someone, I was telling you before, I've got a handful of sneakers at my house to where now if I miss out on a shoe for retail and I'm going to pay resale, 10 out of 10 times I'm going to go look for it used before new because I want to wear it and something like that. What do y'all find the balance is between like selling brand new and selling used? Is there a decent market for used?
Real good market.
I'm kind of surprised because I feel kind of alone in that customer. I feel like so many people want new. Okay.
You're not alone. Today we probably sell more used shoes.
Probably sell more
Interesting.
used.
Okay.
I mean, we do brand new.
It's both. It depends the new shoes are a little more dependent on releases.
Right.
Like certain shoes come out, and
they have to have them.
Right.
Cherry 12's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm sure during those days we're gonna sell more new shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna want those.
Yeah.
But just when you kind of get to those dry periods, you're much more prone to sell some of the used stuff because people are going back, getting stuff that they missed when they was in high school and stuff like that. Surprisingly enough, like the market on like lightly used stuff, and you saving the bread.
That's where I come from. I'm gonna wear it anyways. I don't care if someone else had it first.
It's gonna be a little bit cheaper. It's already worn, so that takes the sting out of breaking them in the first time. So you're more likely to wear them, and it's easier because, again, like you said, okay, well, I've saved a little bit of money, so it makes it easier to wear rather than being like
the right time.
Exactly. It's hard to put on a $300 pair of shoes. You want it to be special, but if I could get a $200 shoes that was worn a couple times, all right, well, someone already did that for me. It's easier for me, like you said, I'll walk out in them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
With everything that's coming through the shop, and like you said, you like to try stuff on a lot. Has there ever been shoes for each of y'all that it comes through and it comes to the counter and you go, this might not stay in the shop. This might come home with me today.
Him more so than me, but they have been.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard.
What did I do that with?
The Unions.
Union 4s. I did.
Oh, which color?
It was just like no shot.
Yeah.
The brown.
Oh, like the brown with the green accents?
Yeah.
My favorite one from that whole pack.
Yeah, I like the ones most people don't like most of the time. Yeah. So that was one of those where I was like, these ain't seeing the show. But I don't do that often. Now this man over here, you gotta. We came up with a rule for him.
A rule for him?
We came up with a rule for him.
Oh, like a limit?
So
hey, look,
tell me about it.
All I'm saying is if there's no rule, I'm in the right.
But here's the thing, though. The reason, so what happened, they came up with the rule.
He not liking it.
Because what happened was, I gave up a lot.
Okay.
So, I had to try to recoup, try to get back into the
build that collection up.
Building it back up.
Yeah.
Because, there was things like, for a long time I didn't wear Jordans. For a long time, I didn't wear Dunks. Like, I had your Air Max 270s. I had those type.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what?
Every day.
I want to.
Some more high heat stuff.
Yeah, I want some heat.
Yeah.
So then, after I got to a certain point, I was like, all right, we're
size 10 was not safe.
Size 10 and
you
10
had
and a
one
half.
empty shelf in this whole store.
10 and 10 and a half is not safe. But I do have competition out there. Shout out to my competition, all those guys who were 10 and a half with me.
Yeah.
So the rule we had to put in place, now when we get shoes, it have to sit on a shelf a week.
That's for all of you or just for John?
Everybody.
Everybody.
All right.
It's the John rule.
It's
the John rule.
Which honestly is very...
What an honor.
Exactly.
It's the John rule.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm glad I at least get to see the face of the person that forced me to move up to 11s, though. Because I was a 10 and a half, and then I was like, okay, fine. I guess I'm 11. Yeah, exactly. At least I get to meet the man that has forced me to move up.
That's my size, too, but you don't have to worry about me.
Size 11. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and it just kind of, like I said, I don't consider myself a sneakerhead per se. But I like what looks good on my feet.
Yeah.
And also, like I said, I'm also on the hunt for those shoes that I remember that came out that I wasn't going to get.
Well, then, you got people coming in, if they're trying to sell, coming in with their collections, you're seeing it. It's a candy store type thing. I'm not going to, did I want a Reese's? Nope. They're on the table.
Right
but
here.
If it's there,
right, well, like he does, that's with my candy.
Exactly. Or, I'm sure there's how many times does a shoe come across and you're like, I forgot about these. Damn, I forgot how much I love these. I got to take them.
And that's how I was able to get my number one shoe, the Bread Playoff 11s.
Yeah.
I was able to get the 2012 version and the 2019 version.
They came through the shop?
Yep.
Oh, man, that's sick.
Are you getting paid every time you say that shit? Like the way
it's a possible. Like I love that shoe. Like that is my shoe.
Yeah.
That's my shoe. The Powder 9 is too, but
yeah. If you could only have one, well, it's got to be the Powder 9s if you're rocking them in 2K.
It's gonna be a Powder 9.
Yeah.
We went through that question. We got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
let's switch things.
No one ever does
now.
this. Okay.
I've been asking people if there was one shoe you had to wear for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Easy.
You got yours.
Too easy.
Clearly. Is it What you got?
Let me ask clarify. It's a silhouette or like a specific
one
colorway? Okay, one colorway. Got it.
One
you go first, then let me think on it for a minute. Here.
Coraline Dunks.
Okay.
Dunks?
I don't care. I don't care.
I know you don't care.
And that's how you know it's true, though.
You're going to get well acquainted with your podiatrist, let me tell you.
Something you got to consider is, like, you have to like the shoe beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If I was going beat and comfort, if it's not Coraline Dunks, then it's going to be the Black Cement 3s. That is pure comfort, look.
That's just number 2.
It looks good clean.
That's
it looks good worn.
Yeah.
Things like that. If you beat it into the dirt, it's still, I'm like, that's great. Clean out the box is great. And to me, 3s are probably the most, if not definitely most comfortable Jordan.
I think so.
Yeah,
probably top 5.
You're preaching to the choir.
Absolutely.
But Coraline's just because I don't have them.
Yeah, that's a good one. Probably just classic anniversary Air Max 1s. I feel like Air Max 1s are comfy enough. They can go with enough stuff.
What color? The red?
Yeah, probably red anniversaries. I compare that. Like I got the big bubbles that came out this year, and I love those. And that's a pair that, shout out CJ over at Ruckus. He has a pair wearing them into the ground, like you said. They look better worn. Which, like, I know Jordan 1s normally do. Air Max 1s, I wasn't so sure, but they look good. So
we actually just sold a pair of the big bubbles.
The big bubbles?
Maybe about 4 days.
I've been loving them so far.
4 days ago.
I feel like for me, that's like a good balance of like comfort, but still a little bit of heat,
Mm-hmm.
Black Cement 3s would be really good as well.
That's my
a great
answer.
shoe.
I love that shoe.
And I don't feel bad wearing them either.
I need another pair. Like, mine are just at that point where like you're doing some gardening or something.
Mine are just getting to where they're really
breaking in.
That leather's looking real nice.
Yeah, I'm all scraped up. They just strictly like coffee shop walks at this point.
I don't have those.
Oh, Black Cement 3s?
I don't have those.
Should have got them before the John rule, I'll tell you right now. They
never came in my size.
They never came in your size?
Never came in my size.
They come in your size. I'm probably.
Yeah, he's probably going to get them first. But I have to let him get them because,
Because it'd be like 16-1. That's why.
Hey,
got to balance it.
But look, no. You give them this one, so when the next one comes, you can use that over them.
That's how we make it work.
What about your one and only shoe? Is it the Powder 9s or something more wearable, maybe?
I would probably go with the Bread Playoff 11.
Okay.
Cha-ching. There you go.
Once he starts hitting the sneaker key
We got
code.
a counter.
You're right. But, all right. You think those beat? I feel like those 11s, once they get beat, like that toe box that.
It's not for me, but.
You think those every day?
I would do it every day.
All right.
Because honestly, the black, even though they beat, the black don't look as beat.
That would mask it more than some of the other ones.
Definitely mask it more
than
a lighter color. Because I know if I was to beat them Powder 9s, you'd be like,
you would see them.
You would see the dirt.
See
every speck of dust on them.
Yeah.
You would see the creases in the toe box.
Yeah.
That's why I rarely pull them out.
Special occasions.
Last time I won was to the Saints game when they played. Who they lost to at home?
Other than yesterday?
Other than yesterday. Nah, yesterday, the last home game.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
When they played Baker Mayfield.
There.
That was the last time I won.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about them right now.
Switch the subject. Switch the subject.
Chargers just because, powder blue, but,
I might have to get a Chargers jersey.
You did why you did it.
You got him started.
Why you did it.
But I would get a Sean Merriman. I would get a Sean Merriman jersey.
Oh, little.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? What was he like?
Was it like
Wasn't he on roids and everything?
Well, I mean, to be fair,
tackle anybody.
Yeah.
The Saints losing? Yeah. Professional athletes on steroids? This is all news to me. This is all the first I'm hearing of it. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about the BAPE pop-ups that y'all do. Because y'all do them, is it once a year or more than once a year now? Do you plan them or is it just whenever it happens?
That's the homie.
Okay.
At the end of the day, basically whenever our schedules meet, a good friend of ours is the BAPE plug, I guess. He has family in Japan.
Okay.
So obviously
Connect
BAPE and all of the brands in Japan.
Yeah.
They send to him. And he has a stockpile of it.
Okay.
And
whenever the time's
really, yeah. I mean, he's always traveling to like conventions. That's kind of what he does.
Okay.
Dang, he's opening a shop very soon in Texas somewhere. I wish I had more details off the top of my head. But we shot him out enough. But yeah, that's the whole BAPE pop-up. Is really just, we met him at Sneaker Con or one of the sneaker exits or something. Yeah. One of the conventions the first year we was open.
Yeah.
And kind of hit it off from there. And that's just a homie.
Just been connected ever since. Yeah. Those are always fun. I like seeing when y'all do all the posts around them. It's like just the shop just like filled with BAPE for like a couple of days, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's
more stuff for me to buy.
Yeah. Dang. There we go. There's no Jon rules on that stuff, though.
There's no Jon rules on that.
Jon, the only thing I've taken away from this 50 minutes is that, like, you seem like a martyr for working here. Like, every day you come in here and carry your cross, you'd say, I guess I got to buy some stuff or not buy some stuff. Like, it just sounds hard for you to work here.
I literally, well, for a while, I used to try on shoes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have calmed down now.
Okay.
I have.
Yeah.
But I still got my eyes on a couple pair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I will say this. I've been sniped a bunch in the last 2 months. So it's like, you know what?
Someone's trying to come for the crown.
Exactly. So I say, you know what?
We don't take that kind of thing.
I'm not going to even say I want anything because every time I say, oh, I want these right here.
Yeah, you put it out there.
2 days later, somebody come get it.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, literally.
Quiet moves now.
It's always the people's closest to you.
The inner circle.
Always the people closest to you.
Every time. And it's not even him. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You got a couple of.
I literally have a
couple of people who.
Snipers.
It's like they know that I want that shoe.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what? I think Jon want that shoe. I'm going to come buy it before
I should go get it before he does. That's so funny.
Shout out to I'm So Bad and Rude.
Yeah, there you go. I wasn't going to do it. I knew it. I wasn't going to do it.
That's my guy.
That's a good
there
guy.
You go.
Hey,
that's my guy.
That's so funny.
He snipes me quite a bit.
On the regular?
He'd be mad.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's okay, though, because at the end of the day, I know that eventually it'll come back.
There you go, when he gets tired of wearing it.
I mean, he's going to wear them, though. That's one thing about him.
He's literally created an environment where it will come back.
It will come back.
Yeah.
So, I just wait my time.
That's funny.
I'll wear it.
Bit of a random question, but what is, do you think, maybe the most expensive or hyped shoe that's come through the store? You remember the most expensive shoe y'all have ever cashed out for? Or early on, were there any that, like, maybe you were like kind of just moving a lot of quantity and then like one really big one came in?
Maybe.
So we got, I'm always thinking of the Skunks.
Mm-hmm.
Getting them when we got them.
Love them.
And that's like a shoe that I missed.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, Skunks.
What size are they?
Top tier.
Like 8.
Oh.
Ooh, tiny. Tough.
Yeah.
Trust me, I would have tried.
Yeah.
We got those Teen Wolves.
Yeah,
I was just showing those to Houston.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are like really expensive, aren't they?
Extremely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's probably that is the most expensive shoe in the store.
Wow.
Yeah. Did y'all buy them with the intent of selling them, or is it like mainly like a kind of a showpiece to kind of have people come in and see? I've literally never seen a pair in person.
Definitely for sale.
Okay.
Everything for sale. Everything for sale. You want a light bulb? Yeah. What you need?
Definitely.
Did
for
we
sale.
get that? You got that from our good friend, right?
Yeah, we got that from our good
Ron
friend.
G. Good guy. Probably we need to get with him, but I definitely want to check out his closet. He got just crazy samples.
Yeah.
Now for the other shoe, what's the worst or most regrettable buy? You thought you paid too much. You see it come in, and you're like, who did this one?
Probably.
I got two.
Harold's got one. I can tell he's got one already.
I'm responsible for one on mistake, but it wasn't like I made a mistake and clicked. We need to sell them right now. It's Halloween.
Oh my God. You're talking about those 13.
Those are like Halloween 13s.
Some bad
the
13s.
low ones.
The low 13s that glow in the dark. They were like 2 years ago Halloween.
I probably need to see him to remind me.
You wouldn't want to see it.
Gotta be the worst.
Yeah, so that was like a mistake, but it wasn't like a huge buy.
Yeah.
But what else? What do we look at like that?
I'm gonna say like those.
It got to be one of the placeholders.
Those Brotherhood ones. That was a terrible buy.
Which one of those? I know him. Oh,
the
like purple and yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a terrible buy.
Well, and those were, if memory serves correct, right on the cusp of like every Jordan 1 sells out and not every Jordan 1 sells out. It was right at that transition time. Yeah.
I think that's what halted the Jordan 1.
Yeah,
that was it.
No, for sure. That's actually like an accurate take. Yeah.
The internet saw that one and was like,
I remember that was the first Jordan 1 that sat for a while.
Yeah. Very long time.
Wow.
Yeah. It went under retail extremely fast.
Yeah. So that would be like something we got in semi-bulk. Mm-hmm. That was a bad. I was trying to think of like one bad purchase.
It was another one.
What if dang, I don't want to do it because like, what if somebody got that shoe?
I know.
It's a tough one.
You know what I'm going to say?
They're out there wearing it right now watching this episode.
And I know who bought it too. Them Air Moneys.
Oh, Air Money.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know Air Moneys.
Man. You got that shoe? You like that?
No.
I don't want to offend anybody.
He showed me that shoe.
The big like tongue on it.
That was one of them that
it was an era.
Came to work. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why is this here?
Why is this on our shelves?
Why is this here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still here. Anybody out there looking for the Air Moneys?
We sold one.
We sold one?
I feel like we sold
Shout out
one.
to dude. Whoever bought those, man. We got another pair for you if you need.
We could get in the time machine, go back to 2011. We'd sell them no problem, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Easy.
When you lean with it, rock with it.
Speaking to though, like of all the Brotherhood Jordan 1s coming in, what is it like trying to keep up with a lot of the trends that come and go in sneakers, which it feels like in like the past 2 years, they go quick now, like as years before it.
Yeah. I think once again, going back to like the importance of a team, I think it's very important because I am somewhere usually like in the future, like kind of early on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But early stuff doesn't necessarily keep the lights on.
Sure.
So like I'm making like heavy pushes on, you know, like basics and New Balance and trying to go, but we can't overdo it at the same time because people want these dunks.
And
certain things. So I think while they like roll their eyes when I tell them, most of the time they hear it and then like, you know, they kind of put it on the radar and then they start paying attention to the trend. But if we just did everything I wanted to do, yeah, we probably wouldn't sell as many shoes. So I appreciate them for keeping that business mind.
Yeah. What would y'all say y'all's like best selling silhouette is? Is it the dunk?
Yeah.
Even still today?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunk sells the most. I think people come in and dream of 4s the most.
Absolutely.
So many. Shout out to Back to School and those kids that just see the 4s and have no idea what the resale number is on them. And then that's the first shoe that they pick up and mom's is right there and she sees $400. And then I have to run over there like, hey, not all our shoes are $400. You can get these dunks.
Yeah. Step it real quick.
Something else. But I think more people like want the 4s, but the dunks is just so many colorways and usually a little bit more affordable.
They go wild. Yeah. For getting the bread 4s was a very big, because that was one of the first ones looking up and things like that of being like, I gotta have that.
Right.
You talking 2019?
Yeah.
That was right when we started the show. That was like the second episode we did was right around when the bread 4s came out.
Sitting outside in the Baton Rouge Mall.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
My phone cannot get. He hits, blesses me. You know, he's like, hey, you know, I get him. I'm just in the mood to buy. I technically did, but I didn't. We're walking down one of the stores in the mall.
Yeah.
I buy like a grade school pair.
He did. Just like a small pair to have.
Don't have
You could have at least got like the Tyler joint and put in your mirror.
In the mirror. No, but what's funny is that I had a reservation at like City Gear or something like that to get a pair. So I go and I get a pair. You're waiting at another shop to open to see if like he can get in and get a pair. While we're there, I hit on sneakers. So I'm like, look, I got your pair here. We're both good now. We're taken care of. So I'm wearing my 4s and we're going to leave and it's raining. He lives in Lafayette. So I'm like, tell you what I'll do. Just take these 4s with me. These can be your 4s. I'll just wait for the sneakers ones to come in. I was like, so when we get home, like, I'll just give these to you. He goes, if those are my 4s, you're not wearing them out in the rain. He stopped me at the mall. He's like, if those are my 4s, you're taking them off right now.
As you should. 4s was kind of like a wake up moment for me too. With opening the shop. Because like I said, I was kind of detached for a little bit. So like getting in and I wasn't familiar with like the resale prices and stuff. Now I remember the Black Cat 4, like looking at that shoe, and
he hated
at the time.
I don't think that shoe is worth.
That's the crazy
the
thing.
Money
it wasn't at the time, and that was another one that sat.
Yeah, and it's
really Black Cats in general.
It's not that fire. Like, to me, at least, my opinion on it obviously doesn't matter that much. But yeah, that was one of those like wake up calls. To like,
and then
the state of the sneaker game.
Around that time, when we was getting the store up and running, the Fire Red Force just came out.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember here again taking a lunch break.
Yeah.
Took a lunch break. Went over right that I think that was Foot Locker.
That had some?
They had a couple grade school pairs.
Yeah. Well, and those were around the time where it's like Bread Force came out before The Last Dance. Fire Reds, I think the first OG4 maybe to retro since The Last Dance. And that's why they were also so crazy because everyone had sat home, watched Michael Jordan wear them for like 5 weeks, and then they're like, I got to have them.
That was drawn out, right?
Yeah.
They knew what they was doing. That was great marketing.
Yeah.
That was great marketing.
They knew what they were doing for sure.
I love white shoes. Anything white.
Yeah, I slept on them because of that, but seeing them now, that's one of those where I was
classic pair.
That's in my top 5 too. I had a chance to get the Bread Force, and I was
you got like 6 shoes in your top 5 right now.
No, that
got so much in his top 5.
Well, let me tell you what.
The Fire Reds are definitely in my top 5.
If you're a fan of honorable mentions, y'all would get a long. Lord,
we do Sneaker of the Year at the end of the year, and I'm like, now hear me out. Before we get to the 4 shoes that I've put in my top 3, I have an honorable mention I need to tell you about. Yeah.
What you got right now? Sneaker of the Year.
Sneaker of the Year, man, for me, right, it's so tough. It feels tough because it feels like in recent years I've been less and less interested in stuff. So like for me, I don't know if y'all saw the Clama Saucony that came out, the 3D Grid Hurricane. That's Bema Williams.
Bema,
From me, that's super high up there. Big Bubbles retroing for the first time since they came out.
Haven't seen.
They're super good.
Clamas.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Big Bubbles
are up there. But like for me, those two are really up there, and then I'm waiting to see what happens for the rest of the year. Like, I like SB Jordan 4s, and I think it's cool for what it means with like Sandy
probably win on like most majority list.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I wouldn't have those first.
Yeah.
I thought the oil green, the women force that came out right before it, I like those.
Oh yeah.
I like the darker green. I was like, but they ain't got the SB on the back, so
yeah, of course.
What about for y'all?
Oh, I'm still chasing the shoe we kind of talked about earlier, the Action Bronson.
Action Bronson, I knew
New
it.
Balance, the first colorway. I just like it's wild. I'm a fan of Action Bronson.
The second one's a lot of blue.
Yeah, that's the
second one's with like
with the green.
Okay.
I probably have that.
Yeah.
Shoe of the year, and Reimagine 3s too. Just for like a everyday wear,
for sure.
more accessible shoe.
Yeah. What about you?
What you got?
It's kind of hard for me to say. I was gonna say the Reimagine 3s.
I stole it.
You definitely stole that.
Always stealing.
But I will say, I'm a fan of those playoff 8s.
Okay.
That recently just came out. I really like those. Which I like 8s.
I'm noticing the theme of playoffs with you though.
Yeah. When the moment is big, shoes are kind of fire.
Shoes are good. Yeah.
Shoes are kind of fire.
I like those playoff 8s.
Yeah.
My very first pair of Jordans I bought on my own was the Aqua 8s. That was the first pair
I do like those. Aqua 8s, Grape 8s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And my second pair was the red and black Charles Barkley 96. That's the 95 or 96?
No.
But
they were playoffs.
They probably were playoffs. But yeah.
That's too funny. Did you say one for the year?
I'd have to go back and look. Nothing has really, I feel like, been like that shining star.
That we're going to look back in years and be like, that was the one from that year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me add, not a sneaker, arguably a shoe, but I'd say the thing that had the biggest presence this year, Big Red Boot.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to put it on
That was this year?
That was this year. Doesn't it feel like it was a lifetime ago? But that was this year.
Jeez.
I don't want to put it on a sneaker of the year
because
list.
that came out recently.
Yeah.
The yellow one came out.
They have the yellow Crocs one in the back there.
More holiday season last year.
That was like March, but like talk about a shoe you
like
saw
it's been
everywhere forever. You know?
They wore that boot out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Second it dropped though, I stopped seeing everything.
Yeah,
and I like it as like a curveball to the sneaker game. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
but like, come on now.
I mean, it had its month. I think it came and ran itself into the ground. Everyone got one fit off, and then they were like, I don't need to do that again.
Yeah, my calf is sweating.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's too funny.
Yeah, utility, and that's where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
A little older guy now.
Yeah, some all day comfort.
Yeah, comfort, man. I definitely move to something that, especially if I'm working, that I'm gonna be on my feet for majority of 8 hour a day.
Huarachi runners.
Huarachi runners, wow.
Look, I've been wearing them every day for a couple months now.
Yeah. So I
they're there.
990s, New Balance, super comfortable. What else?
I was gonna say it, Salehe Crocs.
Man, I wear them too much. It is ridiculous.
I love them.
Once you realize how easy and comfortable it is,
it's bad.
It's hard.
Yeah, and then it's so the way shoes are set up at my house, I got the by the door rack. That's walking my kids to school. Their school is walking distance. So I'm walking them there. Some I could throw on. It's filled with those.
Yeah.
And then there's the rotation in the room rack, and then the man cave just houses a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I got those by the door, and it's just too easy.
It's so easy.
It's just too easy.
This pair and I have the brown pair, and I
get almost mad at myself how often I wear those shoes. It is ridiculous.
I say that a lot for us running a shoe podcast. If our listeners knew how much I was just wearing these Crocs, they'd be
and I'm not even wearing heat Crocs. I'm just Crocs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
it's tough.
So I know there's a love-hate thing with Crocs with a lot of people, but I had a pair of, before Crocs even got to be cool. I had a wood camo.
Oh,
and
the real tree.
wore it, and this is when I found out that wearing Crocs too much. I like what Salehe did, because I think he saw this problem, and the way he designed it, kind of helps. But when you wear them too much, you will fall and bust your ass.
A little slick on the bottom.
Yes, they are super dangerous.
Yeah.
My wood camel ones, it got to the point where I was gonna hurt myself.
Oh yeah,
I had to stop.
Only a matter of time.
But the grooves on that are a little thicker, and I think you get a lot more.
One with the rubber on the toe and on the heel too. For sure.
Now you get them well worn Crocs, and the kid spilled a little bit of juice.
Oh
man, we
lights on.
You out of there,
that's an OSHA accident.
I'm going down.
You out of there.
Yeah.
I've been saying I wanted to give me a pair.
Don't do it.
I almost now the way I'm at,
I was just about to say you should do it. Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean, but you might end up with 10.
They're gonna be by the door.
It's a slippery slope, but not because they're slippery.
You get a pair of Crocs, and it's anything with a high top, you're not even looking at it anymore.
You just put your foot right in.
You're not looking at your foot anymore. Laces couldn't be me.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do I need these things?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You
love these
you
so
see
much.
me.
It is almost like a drug.
Yeah.
Where I'm just man, you look like you're having a good time.
Yeah, I'm almost sad about it. I'm not doing this to be cool. I don't feel ultra cool.
Yeah.
It's just it's the easiest thing.
I'm just having a good time.
And they're comfortable as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn true.
Just overall view of the sneaker game right now, I think is in a really good place. For sure. From Bema, people like that Salehe, which now he's popular.
Yeah.
But people like that.
Joe Freshgoods.
Yes.
You got to put
J-Tip.
You've been coming with it.
He's one of my favorites because he just he's not tied to any one company. He's just doing whatever. I mean, Salehe's very much the same way.
Kind of the same way.
I love seeing
I really enjoy that. It's kind of like the answer to, I guess, Nike, right? Because Nike goes really big, Travis Scott,
right?
These other companies,
exactly.
These other companies won't be able to get the Travis Scotts and stuff like that,
right?
But giving these creatives control, I think it's just the state of the sneaker game. I think is in a really good spot right now.
It's very diverse.
Yeah, you get, and I think that's growing.
Yeah,
I think more and more Crocs, New Balances, Asics are just gonna be, on the come on. And I'm here for diversity.
Yeah.
People being able to express themselves. One thing I try to make sure of when people do come shop with us is I get it that you're here because this Jordan just came out.
Sure.
But do you like the shoe?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing is
make sure you like the shoe. If you like it, more power to you.
Yeah.
But don't just do it because
everybody else is getting it or you see
new
a lot.
one. Yeah.
I'm always take a look at these.
Yeah.
Think about these
Look around,
right here.
something else.
I think the biggest thing, what has kind of what you're saying, I think has made sneakers the most exciting thing now is some of those lesser known or not the Nike Adidas is giving the most leeway creatively.
Right.
I think you see way more now like, oh, I see this artist in this shoe. I get this collab in this shoe. I get why this is happening.
Right.
Whereas I think sometimes when you have too big of something, it's like, okay, cool, it's nice, but is Travis Scott playing golf? Like, is he
No. But here's the thing. Now the brown and black are inverted.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, man. Like,
that's what I think is the greatest, when it comes to like New Balance, Asics, Saucony, things like that, is like they live in that space of like, yeah, we don't have these big names. We don't got it. But is what we can do is we're going to give you something that you're not going to see. Like, and I think that's while the boom happened of the sneaker culture where you had a big rush, I think people who have been into sneakers or who rather just enjoying this moment and really love shoes are trying to stand out. It used to be, let me get this expensive shoe. There's something that you're not gonna see. And now it's like you're going out and you're like, oh wow, like I'm seeing bodegas and I'm seeing Asics. Because I think you have people who truly love sneakers who are like, okay, what can I do to set myself apart? Let me find this low-key artist. Let me find this. How can I separate?
And those people are more relatable.
Yeah.
Like you see yourself in some of in their shoes. Like you can relate to these people. Just the whole claimer situation outside of the shoe.
Yeah.
He's literally doing it like for that very reason.
Exactly.
Showing people different ways.
Yeah.
Because I think I always have talks with Cody.
Yeah.
One of my homies and people like-minded individuals like that where you don't really have a resume. You just kind of on vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to just trust that what you got in you is going to get you where you need to be. And I just like seeing people like that come to the forefront, whether it's Salehe and stuff like that. And I think we have the tip of the iceberg with it, really.
Yeah.
I think
just
we're going to see a
started.
lot more variety, which probably going to make our job harder. Cause like when you can fill the shop with one shoe and most people, but I'm all for people. I mean, we're expressing ourselves. So I think the more variety out there, the better at the end of the day. So
man, beautiful place to end it, I think. So
yes.
Thank you guys again so much for coming on the show. Love the conversation here.
Thank you for the gift.
Again.
Of course.
I'm not. They bought us a gift. We
had to.
We don't have it on camera.
Yeah,
but
all good.
Thanks for the gift.
For
we
y'all.
will be putting it up in the shop. And
Looking forward to
it.
When
we put it up.
So before we wrap up here, it's that camera right here, the one he's pointing to. Let the people know where the shop is, the Instagram handle, the website, anything else you want to plug or shout out. Go for it.
All right, you can find us at 3617 Perkins Road, Suite 2A, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. You can call us. I love to answer the phone. He loves to answer the phone. You can reach us at 225-256-0813.
Know that? You good,
Listen,
bro.
He's done this. He's done this.
He hit the
Don't interrupt. Let him flow. Go ahead.
That boy good.
Let him cook. Go on.
That boy good.
So wait, hold up. Now I gotta double check the phone number.
No.
He threw me off. Now he threw me off.
No. I think you just
I,
trust yourself. You're gonna be right.
I feel like that was right.
What you got it saved under?
It's something lavish.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to cut.
No, we're leaving all this in. This is the best part.
Let's do it.
Well, people got to know that it's been verified.
Yeah.
So look, let's do it this way.
Well, you can look us up.
That's what I said. No, I said 80.
One more time.
So
right. it'll be on the video. It'll be in the description.
We just run it at
we'll just run it at the bottom.
I want to do that one more time. All right. You can find us Lavish Life Sneakers. You can find us at 3617 Perkins Road, Suite 2A, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70808. You can reach us at 225.
I knew he didn't have it.
25 was it? 256?
We have a phone number, y'all. We got a phone number.
on the video
Shoot us
now.
a DM. We answer them.
Yeah, call now.
Yes.
Call now. Limited time.
All right, just take that out then. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes. Reach out social media, phone, messenger pigeon. You know, we do it all.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You'll get one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we need to shout out anybody? We shouted out a bunch of people in here.
So we
Shout out Cody. We talked about him 1,000 times. Ruckus family over there.
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sneaker House out here. That's our people
Sneaker
too.
House, yeah.
Yeah. I think that wraps it up.
I'll wrap it up.
Awesome. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, everyone out there,
Thanks for
checking out another episode of Shoe Podcast. Make sure you give the guys over at Lavish Life a follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Throw it a like. Gives us a ton of help on our small little channel. We'll be back whenever. I don't know when this is coming out just yet, but we'll be back whenever with another episode. Yeah.
You've seen it.
You'll catch on the next time. All right. Peace, everyone.